Hi, D23. Thanks for letting me be part of your world.
Welcome everyone to a very special D23 Inside Disney. Gather up your thingamabobs because we're taking a deep dive under the sea and behind the scenes of The Little Mermaid. With only days until its release, we'll meet the creators and cast, take you inside the star-studded premiere, and more. How many wonders can one show hold? Well, let's get started with The Little Mermaid herself, Halle Bailey. You know her voice, but there is so much more to this incredible star. Our very own Lisa Cabello recently joined Halle on land. Disneyland, that is.
Halle Bailey, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
To be here, we gotta acknowledge, right? I'm rocking my Little Mermaid ears.
I love them.
You're on these, by the way.
I am.
We have to acknowledge we're at Disneyland. How does it feel to celebrate the Little Mermaid here?
Wow, it always feels amazing and magical whenever I come to Disneyland, but to start the celebration of the Little Mermaid coming out is like so exciting, and it's happening finally.
It's happening finally. Yeah. I want to take us back a little bit though. So the animated film, do you have any favorite memories of watching that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have sisters. So my sister Chloe and I, we would always watch The Little Mermaid, and it was a big part of the reason why we wanted to swim. So I just remember being in love with Ariel for such a young age.
And what a perfect opportunity. You get the role. How does it feel to play this iconic Disney princess?
It feels so amazing to reimagine this amazing film that I've loved ever since I was a little girl, and Ariel has always had such a special place in my heart. I mean, Jodie Benson did so much for all of our childhoods, so I'm just so grateful to be able to make her my own in a way, and I hope that this new generation really loves it and embraces it.
We are already embracing you, Halle. Oh my gosh, you've done such a beautiful job with this role. And it's all also about your voice and singing, and you gotta tell us, what was this like? You performed the songs for the film, creating it, but then now you're starting to perform it for fans.
Yeah.
Talk to us about just that journey.
Wow, well, performing the songs for the film was so much fun. The whole recording process was amazing because here are these songs that I've known since I was a baby, basically, that I'm getting to hear my voice on, and then see it in the film, which is like makes me cry. And then now, being here today and getting to perform for an audience for the first time the song and get them to hear my version of it, which is so exciting. And I'm just really taking it all in. It's surreal, but I'm grateful.
I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore above us? Out of the sea, wish I could be part of that world.
I've got chills. Wow, what a performance from Disney Night on American Idol. New episodes of Idol air Sundays on ABC and stream the next day on Hulu. And speaking of unforgettable evenings, just a few days ago, all the stars came out for the world premiere of The Little Mermaid, and D23 was there.
Hi Disney fans, straight from the Disneyland Resort, we've surfaced here in Hollywood at the world premiere of Disney's The Little Mermaid. We got the chance to see some of the who's its and what's its on display and chat with the big names at the even bigger event.
Oh man, it was so cool, especially as someone that is such a fan of the movie. Like to be able to be a part of Kiss the Girl was so cool. But then Lynn wrote an original song for Scuttle, and David is in it as well, called Scuttlebutt. So that was really cool because it was like very Lynn, you know. So it was cool just like work with something that he wrote. First of all, we were able to do it all together. You know, normally you're kind of isolated in a booth, and I think with that we were able to read scenes together. And Rob Marshall is like so incredible at like allowing people to improv.
The thing about Flounder is that he's so incredibly loyal. He's such a loyal friend to Ariel. Our connection on set really helped me play that because we were all there together. I was very young when I did it too. I think I was 12 or maybe I just turned 13. My voice was almost like unrecognizable. Like I couldn't tell. Like is this me?
I mean, consciously and unconsciously, you bring what you are and what you are as a human into your roles. I mean, that's the material that we actors work with. At the same time, I'm far from being like Triton because I think he's embracing too tight to his daughter because he's scared to death to lose her.
You know what? There were all different types of rigs. It depended on the movement. So if you were floating, there was one rig. If you were diving and kind of like, you know, if I was like going after somebody, there was another whole rig. And you worked with a team of amazing dancers and stunt people. And so really at any given time, no matter what we were all doing, there were 9 or 10 of us that had to kind of beautifully work in unison, which is such a fun feeling because then you're not in it alone, and there's this feeling of like group effort. I was there, but still so much happened after us that I was truly like, I don't understand what I'm seeing.
My agent rang up and said that Rob Marshall wanted me to be Sir Grimsby. And I went, what time's the car come? You know, don't send the script, I know the story.
You get to see a new generation of people do it. You get to hear different people sing the songs and embody the characters, and I think that's always good.
I love that somebody tonight in this audience is going to be introduced to the character of Ariel, who's never seen her feel the desire to be something more, and how that's going to change their life. Most likely it'll probably be a kid who's like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and they're going to be like, wait, I want to be a mermaid, but that will evolve into their dreams and their hopes, and that's the power of Disney.
Wow, I could not agree more. Okay, someone asked me for my favorite song earlier, and how do I choose just one? Under the Sea, Kiss the Girl, Part of Your World? I can't. They're all amazing thanks to Academy Award-winning composer and Disney legend Alan Menken. I sat down earlier with the man behind the music. Hi, Alan.
Hi.
So we hear there are new songs for the movie as well. What can you tell us?
Absolutely, new songs. We have 3 new songs that I wrote with Lin-Manuel Miranda for this one. And it is one of those serendipity experiences because I know Lin because I knew of him as a little boy who was fanatical about The Little Mermaid. I would get these requests for signed posters or answer this question, just so passionate about it. And then he grew up to be the Lin-Manuel Miranda. And, you know, proud of him like a papa even, you know, because I knew him when he was a kid, and also get to be his collaborator, which was a lot of fun.
I love that. Can you tell us what your relationship has been like working with him?
Basically, we're both people who have a lot of experience writing songs, working in the context of songs in a story and with characters, and Rob Marshall is so experienced at that. You never know exactly what's going to result, but that's what's exciting about it.
And one of the new songs is from Prince Eric. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, one of the songs is sung by Prince Eric, and that is first of all, who is this girl who saved him? But also he's thinking about the thrill of what's uncharted before him in his life, and the mystery of the ocean and the sea. And then there's a new song for Ariel, and it's that moment where she first is on land and it's first experiencing what it's like, and it's sung in her head because she can't speak, but we hear her voice in her head, feeling for the first time her legs, feeling the air, seeing and feeling her first fire. And then here Prince Eric arrives, and when he realizes she can't speak, he says, oh, I guess she's not the girl. No, she experiences heartbreak for the first time. So that's a very emotional and exciting moment. And then there's this little number called Scuttlebutt, and that is a delightful combination of Lynn's style of writing and mine in a really surprising and fun way.
Well, we are at the last question, which we end every interview with. What is your favorite Disney memory? I'm sure you have a lot to choose from.
You know, I go to the first time I took in Disney magic, and I've often said this, I think it was Fantasia that actually most hit me. It was experiencing those beautiful classical pieces with the imagination of Disney animators telling a story to them. And that ignited a passion for classical music in me that was my way in to wanting to do this. I think no matter what, I would have found music as what I want to do with my life. So that's one. It's just that first opening of a door and watching it through my daughter's eyes. That's also amazing.
I love that. That makes perfect sense. Thank you so much for joining me today, Alan. I still can't believe the original animated version of The Little Mermaid was actually the first film he ever scored. Seriously, not a bad way to start. Now, this incredible reimagining of the classic film wouldn't have been possible without our next guests. We dove behind the scenes with director Rob Marshall and producer John DeLuca.
Rob Marshall and John DeLuca, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're thrilled to speak to you today. Clearly, we are big Little Mermaid fans, and I imagine, of course, you are too, in bringing this live-action reimagining to the big screen. Can you tell us, what was it like trying to create some of these scenes? They seem like very ambitious undertakings.
It was the most challenging film of our careers for sure, and we were saying before that, we could never have done this film if we hadn't done all the films prior to prepare for this, I mean, when they said, how about an underwater musical, we were like, well, that's never been done before, so how are we going to do that? And it really was, it was gathering the best team on the planet, that's for sure. All our collaborators, literally from over 20 years, they're all on this. We needed our A team. But it was trying to find our way in, number one. That was the most important thing. What's the film say? We went back to the Hans Christian Andersen tale and found a very beautiful message about tolerance, about acceptance and not being afraid of other people that are different than you, and this beautiful journey this woman goes on. But also, we started to, literally with storyboards and pre-visualization, which is like a little mini movie, we had to prepare and choreograph everything in advance for years before, where the prep for this went on forever and ever, because we had to get everybody, up in the air, not on the ground.
Thankfully, Rob is the most patient person ever. So you just kind of built it slowly, piece by piece, in this fabric. It was, because it was daunting. I remember that daunting when we first started so many years ago. We didn't know how to take our first step.
Yeah.
And then we all kind of got together for 2 months and just figured out the methodology of it. How are we going to attack it? And you brought everybody together and took everybody's ideas, and we just took baby steps.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Because we were definitely, to quote something from our movie, in wild, uncharted waters.
That is so exciting. I want to ask though, was there a scene that you see now in the final version up on the big screen? Is there one that you're most proud of and excited for fans to see?
100%. It's very clear to me. Maybe it's different for you, but it's Under the Sea. Because you have one live actor and a massive production number. And that's it, one live actor. And so the way we approached that was, I actually took, speaking of D23, and then 1923 when Walt Disney first started his whole journey, I took a page out of his playbook and discovered that with Fantasia, he had worked with the Ballet Russe to create that whole Nutcracker Suite sequence, and I thought that's what we need to do here. We need to work with a company of dancers to help us create these sea creatures and their movements. We had decided all the different sea creatures we wanted to work with because we thought, well, there's already a ballet going on anyway underneath the sea when you watch Blue Planet or something. But we thought we need to actually work from dancers, So there are CGI animators who could make them look like photo real, but also have movement that was like dance. So we worked with the Alvin Ailey Foundation, brought them to London where we were working, and choreographed and built the piece on them. And that was incredibly helpful to have that template to work from. And it brought it to life. But by far the most complicated production number we've ever done.
Thank you both so much for taking us under the sea with you, and we can't wait to see that particular scene and, of course, the film in its entirety. Thank you both so much for the time today.
Of course. Great to see you. Thank you.
Is there anything those two can't do? Okay, it's time for something fantastic. For those who didn't stick around, you poor unfortunate souls are missing out on a little something special. Take a look.
I admit that in the past I've been a nasty. They weren't kidding when they called me, well, a witch. But you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways. Repentance in the light and made a switch. True, yes. And I fortunately know a little magic. It's a talent that I always have possessed. And here lately, please don't laugh, I use it on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and depressed, pathetic, unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one longing to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed.
Before we say goodbye, we want to thank our friends at Walt Disney Studios for inviting D23, the official Disney fan club, to be part of their world. And for those of you living fathoms below who haven't heard, it's Disney's 100th anniversary. You can bring the celebration home by becoming a D23 Gold member. You'll receive this year's D23 Gold member collector set featuring the Mickey Mouse Leader of the Club milestone statue, plus your choice of a special membership card design from the worlds of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars, and of course the Disney 23 publication. It's all available to new and renewing D23 Gold members. To find out more about the set and the benefits of being a D23 Gold member, visit joind23.com. Now don't forget, for your weekly fix of the latest Disney news and to hear from the celebrities and creatives who make the magic, check out our weekly D23 Inside Disney podcast, available at d23.com/Inside Disney and all the streaming platforms at the bottom of your screen right now. Right there! Thanks everyone for watching, and don't miss The Little Mermaid in theaters on May 26th. From all of us at D23, we'll see you real soon. See what I did there? Bye everyone.